This is my 1983 Cj7 that we're LL swapping with a budget of $4,000 to prove that you don't gotta have doctor money to have fun out on the trails. Today, we're gonna get to hear this thing start for the first time, as well as putting back together the dash and the interior, while also tightening up the fueling system and the cooling. So without further ado,
What up, say? Yeah.
So a little bit more about this setup while we've got it in the air in a good spot. This came out of a 2004 Chevy Tahoe. It's a 5.3 LS. We've got some flash arc shorty headers on it, as well as a brand new ITC billet water pump. Those are our two main upgrades, if you could say. But the main thing that we really did to this engine is we got new gaskets all around, valve cover gaskets. Down here we got oil pan gaskets, intake gaskets, all new gaskets all around, as well as some knock sensors because those looked like they had been through 3 wars. That up there in the loft is actually the 4.2 that came out of it. It's all blown up there. I was thinking about keeping it in it and just doing a restoration project, but it decided that it didn't want to do that for me. So the major hiccup we're running into with this build is actually finding a transmission and transfer case for it. It came with a T18, which would have been plenty strong enough to hold up to this LS, but problem is I didn't really want to run a 4-speed too bad at the time because I want to have an overdrive, make it a little easier to drive down the freeway, stuff like that. And the 4L60 that came behind it wouldn't work because it was a 2-wheel drive, and I didn't want to go do all the stuff to have to change the output shaft and stuff like that to switch it to a 4-wheel drive. So right now we're on the hunt for a turbo 400. I wanted a NV 4500, which is what came out of like the last manual 5-speed Chevys and the like 2nd gen Dodges. So they're plenty strong, plenty tough, but they're also plenty expensive. So to keep with our budget thing here, we're gonna try to find a turbo 400. They're decently cheap. You can find them in 4-wheel drives, but they're hard to find, come to find out. So that's the main reason that this thing isn't ready to drive. As you can see, it's pretty freaking close. I mean, it's all painted up, all ready to go. We'll work on our wiring here today. Like I said earlier, we got to redo the entire body harness because it was just freaking trash. But the interior is pretty well painted and ready to go. We got the underside all undercoated, just with some Rust-Oleum undercoating. We've even got a bunch of our light pods in. We got some aftermarket taillights on. We've got some pods under the frame here to give us a little bit of underglow, if you will. Our bumper's ready to roll. We're pretty much set up, ready to run, but we just don't have a transmission. So we're on the hunt. We're on the hunt for one of those, but it's a little slim pickings right now. But today we're for sure going to get to listen to this thing start. So
Yeah. See, now people like to talk, I don't really like to hear them. See these dudes snaking.
all right, we got the wiring harness in here. It's all connected up, all hooked up. It's not the neatest, it's not the tidiest, but it is what it is. This wire goes down to the starters. We got our coil packs all hooked up. Now we're moving on to under the dash. I had the ECU glued up right there, but as you can see, that didn't particularly work. So next up, we're going to mount up our fuse box right there, get our body harness all set up. That should be everything we need for our body harness. And we're also going to paint up the dash. So this stuff's all kind of boring. I'm not really going to film it. Crimping wires, stripping wires, it's boring. So yeah, I'm not going to film all this because it's kind of tedious, but we'll get after it. All right, quick little update. We're plugging away on the wires in here. We got some switches mocked up. We got our board mocked up. It's going to go up right there by the steering wheel is where we're going to stick that. We got a latch on our little fuse box. We're going to put that over by the firewall. Computer's being glued for the second time. It fell off the first time because why not? I also went ahead and I'm working on mounting up the radiator, but I can't seem to get it far enough forward. If you can't tell, I notched out the core support up here as well as right here, but we still have problems. We're running into the hood latch now, and it's still not quite far enough forward, so that kind of sucks. But check this out. These two bad boys came in the mail today. This little OBD2 gauge cluster, if you will, It just, reads everything like coolant temp, all that kind of stuff off of the OBD2. And then this is a Evil Energy fuel pump and fuel system. It also has a filter with it. So those will be two cool things we'll get to throw on here pretty quick. But as far as the engine comes, she's all plugged in minus the couple of connectors that we have broken. This firewall, we still have some work to do. It doesn't quite clear the header in there, so we'll have some more work to do there. And then as far as wiring goes, we can make everything run off a Milwaukee battery, but we do need a turn signal relay to do all the turn signals and stuff like that to make them flash, basically. Also, I went ahead and tossed on these fender flares. I think we're going to run these guys. I just tossed them on with these little zip ties I ordered. They're pretty fancy. They're kind of discreet, low profile, if you will. I kind of like the attitude it gives it. I don't know. And plus it'll keep me from getting pulled over. Plus it hides a little bit of the bodywork under it. I don't know. I think I'm going to run them. I think I like them. The last thing that we did off camera is painted up our dash. It was shiny black and kind of all nasty. We painted it flat black. And then we have a little plate of silver metal that we're going to put over all the old gauges there. We're going to place it with our new gauges and some switches, as you can see. So I'm going to keep plugging away. I just thought I'd show you that fuel pump.
That's why I don't get near 'em. This rapper's in my blood, I don't even need that serum. Hometown kids, so you hear the city cheering. Lately I've been going off. Think I'm killing now, man, just wait till this my job. I'm trying to PC sauce, I mean every word I'm saying. They don't even care, they want me rhyming off the top. Yeah, still been going in. Been doing this since 2K, was rhyming in the whip. Listening to Under Pressure, then I got good kids. Since a child with the braces, always knew that I could spit.
All right, fellas, a couple days later, I've been slowly just putting along, cleaning up some wiring, cleaning up some other stuff. But we got huge things.
Now I'm going over heads, they spending bread at these bars. I made these bars to get my bread. Don't care what no one says. Y'all are such a mess, they want me going down with. I took another route instead. What's up?
All right, fellas, big things happening on the Cj7. First off, you're on a camera now. You're not on my broken old iPhone, so quality should be a little bit better. We should be able to get a little bit cooler shots. We can film in 5K, 6K, 7K, 8K, 4K. We only got 30 FPS on this one, but that's the same as what loads on YouTube. We should be pretty good. Quality should be going up from the last clip, even. Second off, we got the Haltech, baby. Here's the wiring harness all laid out on the table. And this should, in theory, be the last thing that we need to listen to this bad girl start. It does need a little bit more oil, and we can't start it for a minute because we don't even got the exhaust manifold on there, and it's the middle of the night. It's like 2 a.m. right now. So we're not going to get to hear it start tonight, but maybe tomorrow morning. So yeah, huge things coming up. We'll get an exhaust thrown on this thing. We'll get the computer in it. We'll get a little bit of oil in it, transmission in it, and then we should be able to drive it in the next couple weeks. So big things should be coming. But yeah, I went with the Haltech over the Holly just because I really like the fact that it can program itself with this one. The Nexus Rebel LS, from what I read, has the ability to program itself through its own O2 sensor, which I like a little bit better than the Holly, where you have to get that one professionally tuned, and it kind of makes it a pain in the ass. But I also really like the fact that you can see the gauges and stuff just on your phone, so I can have a little phone mount right there, monitor my engine, all that stuff without needing to run physical gauges or buy a $200 screen or a $200 Bluetooth system. It just seemed like it's going to work a little bit better for my application. So yeah, let's get this bad boy plugged in, get it ready to go. I'm excited. I'm stoked. Well, this is super awkward. So now is about when I realized that my microphone is battery powered. You gotta plug it into the thing, but I guess it's actually battery powered. My bad. It's been like a month since the last clip that had audio. I had about 6 hours of footage that is all gone. So let me get you caught up. Fuel system, it's all mounted. Wiring harness is kind of put together. Don't plug in your coil packs backwards. It will not start, and it will throw weird codes that will lead you to being insane for the next, 6 weeks while you try to... I guess not 6 weeks. It was probably only 2. But seriously, 2 weeks of chasing random codes because I had the coil packs plugged in backwards. Biggest thing, probably, transmission transfer case. That's legit. Also, interior's kind of put back together. Just the seats are bolted in. The dash is about ready to go. This needs to be painted, but hey. Steering wheel. I love my steering wheel. A little quick release steering wheel. Nothing too fancy. Oh yeah, another decent thing that happened is I got surgery on my ankle. So I'm hobbled and can't really work on this bad girl for a minute, but it's okay. We're getting close. Fuel tank's on the floor. Just the lines were all messed up and I wanted to run new ones anyways. So we did that. And then of course, it's been a minute, so the battery's probably dead, but let's see if she wants to be nice. I'm so incredibly sad that I lost the footage, or the footage doesn't have audio, because I was so stoked when this thing started. But there it is. She starts. She runs decent enough for what we're doing for a minute. Main things it needs left are an exhaust, shifter linkage, and honestly, that's really it. Once I get the shifter linkage in theory, it could drive right now. I could put fluid in the transfer case transmission, it could drive right now, and we could at least putz around the neighborhood, but it needs to be registered. Some of the valve stems on the tires are messed up. Tail lights are not quite finished, and it needs a shift linkage, but we got the stuff to do the shift linkage, so I'm going to tinker with that here in the next couple minutes. Next video is a test drive video and a shakedown run. Also, next video is probably when we meet my favorite person, probably my second favorite person ever. His name's Gideon Ovison. He's the O in RO-offroad. I'm stoked. He's coming back from a mission that he's been on for the last 2 years, so I'm stoked for us all to meet him. We've got some big projects coming up with him, maybe some 12 valves, maybe some crew cab long bed OBS Chevys. Who knows? But yeah, she's getting close. There's not too much left to do on it. It's coming together, as you can see. So next video should be just tidying up and first drive. Thank you all for watching. If you made it this far, I love you. I know there's going to be like 3 of you that did. Like, I'm not confused. But thank you guys if you watched this far. Please consider subscribing. Small channel. We're getting bigger. I ain't giving up, so we'll have some cool builds coming up. Thank you very much for watching. Love y'all.